welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is May 8th, 2026, and this is episode 165. Welcome to any new viewers. I hope you like this corner of the crafty internet, and welcome back to my returning viewers. So great to see you. How you doing? Let's chat about stuff today. My name is Roz, and I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada, with my husband and my two kids who are 16 and 14. If you'd like to find me elsewhere on the internet, you can find me as Rosberry Crafts on Instagram and Ravelry. I have an email address, all over the places. You can comment down below, tell me what you're working on. It's all in the description box, and then go from there. Also in the description box will be everything that I talk about today, my projects, the different things that I'm doing, all of that stuff will be linked down below, as well as chapters along here if you're not interested in a certain section. What do I have for you today? I have finished objects, works in progress, stash, events, next on my needles, and books. Now that may sound like a lot. I don't foresee it being like overwhelming, but I guess it depends on how chatty I get, doesn't it? Let's start with finished objects. The first finished object I have is the baby blanket. Okay, so this is a baby blanket. Where's the beginning? This is the beginning. This is the beginning. This is Malt by Tin Can Knits, and I quite like this pattern. It was very fun. It was very fun to knit. It's great, easy pattern. It's one of their part of their free collection, and it's got this fun garter stitch kind of section right in here, and yeah, it's good. The yarn is Caron Big Cakes in the color Nightberry. I used 2 cakes, and I have this much left, which I have to go weigh. But it's not a lot. It's not even a whole color section. So I did good on that. I knit it on a 4.5 millimeter needle. So you've got this nice garter border, stockinette in the center. I've washed it. There's still one end to weave in, and I got to snip a couple other ends, but I am very, very happy with this. This is a gift for a family friend, and yeah, I'm happy with it. It is super soft. It is quite large. I mean, I knew what size it was going to be based on the amount of yarn I had, but I guess I didn't really picture what that would look like, you know? Anyway, yeah, and then I have another one. So there it is there. Those colors are just so great. Love them. What else am I going to say about this? I have another one in Next on My Needles, but we'll get to that in Next on My Needles. So not much to say about this other than I worked on it a ton. I probably got the last third, maybe even more, done this week. So I knit quite a lot on that. However, it's just so easy, so mindless, so great. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Oh, and I did a crochet cast off, which is like a basic cast off where you knit one and then loop one over, knit one, loop one over. But by using a crochet hook, and I used a 5 millimeter crochet hook, it was super easy because that's a lot of stitches to keep kind of consistent over the whole thing. And I wanted the top to be as stretchy as the cast on. So I did a long tail cast on for the beginning. And, but I didn't want it to be like flared or too stretchy. So it worked out just great. And the crochet hook made it super easy and fast. I sat down last night, and I've got, my water next to me and a podcast to listen to. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cast this off. Done. Just like that. That is it for the knitting finished objects. I have been playing with my Cricut. And for those of you who are just tuning in, I got a Cricut Maker 4. I will link to the version I got down below. It is a beautiful rose gold color, and it is coming to the time of year where my kids have activities and stuff that is coming to a close. So I'm making some appreciation gifts to those teachers. First up is I made this thank you card. Is it going to focus? So yeah, it's just some fun flowers and butterflies, and it says thank you. So it's an insert card. So there is a panel so you cut out things, and then you've got the panel behind so it shows through. If you see from the side, you can kind of see, so it gives it a bit more dimension. Anyway, Taylor will be writing on these because her choir is wrapping up with their year-end performance on Saturday. So yeah, so I bought a couple tote bags. I think I talked about this a little bit, but I've been talking about it with like my friends and my husband and my kids, and just talking about all the things that I can do. So I can't remember what I said to you guys or not, but I purchased some tote bags, and I purchased 3 different types. One is more of like a grocery bag style, like a bit more boxy. One is just your traditional like flat tote bag. And then I purchased these ones, which come with these little pouches. So I put, I'm trying to not, there we go. You can see it. So yeah, it's got the fun canvas on the bottom. It's just a zipper, blank on the other side, but music notes on this side. And then to go with that, and Taylor helped me with the saying on it because she's much more musical than I am right now. Without music, life would be flat. And that's a music note, but also B flat, like the wording. So yeah, it comes with the matching canvas on the bottom and the handles. I just left the other side blank. So I'm super, super excited about those. I think they turned out so fun. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with how those turned out. And there is 2 sets. I didn't bring the other set up because it's the same, but with a teal color instead of a dark or a medium blue or whatever that is. And it's already wrapped. So I didn't want to unwrap both of them, but I wanted to show you guys. And then I also made Taylor her own one. So this is just the like regular tote kind of, it's just canvas in a square with handles. So yeah, but the same saying, but in the blue vinyl. I just thought it was fun to try out the other vinyls that I got. Hopefully she will enjoy that. And you know what, I'm not even gonna try folding it up because that's just weird. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with those. It took me like an entire evening. So like after dinner until like 9 o'clock to finish 2 tote bags, 2 Notion pouch, they're not Notion pouches, the small bags, and the tote bag for Taylor, and the thank you cards. So that's like 7 things, but I'm learning. It took me a while to figure out just designing the thing. The thank you cards I did get off of like a project that you can just download and use. I didn't design that one myself, but the bags I did. And well, the graphic with the notes, I just used that, but I had to figure out where on the bag I was going to place it. Luckily, I have like a water soluble fabric pen, so I kind of measured out where I wanted it. I think they turned out great. Very, very happy with them. So finished objects. Yeah, so expect to see more things in the future. I know my husband had asked about some t-shirts because he's got a lot of like plain t-shirts, and he used to love wearing shirts with funny sayings on them, but just gotten in the habit of just getting plain t-shirts because it's just a lot easier. So there may be some t-shirt printing in my future. We'll see. We'll see. If I'm going to do more than a couple of them, I would say like definitely I need to get the heat press that goes with the Cricut. The iron is not as good. The heat press can hold the heat consistently over the whole thing. So it took a bit of trial and error to get the iron working. And my iron, I had the temperature that I had to turn it up to, also wanted it to use steam. There's no option to turn that off at that temperature. But you do it like over parchment paper, and then there's plastic. So there's like steam happening, but didn't want the steam to happen. It was like a whole thing. Anyway, long story long, if I'm gonna do more of that kind of stuff for t-shirts or tote bags or stuff, then I might consider investing in a heat press. We will see. Right now, I'm just planning on doing a few for teacher gifts and stuff, so I'll just leave it with the iron and call that good. All right, so that was it for finished objects. And really, I only have one other work in progress, but I have made some progress on it. So this is, let me hold it up for you. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, it's looking so good, you guys. Oh, it's so good, so good. So I have my little marker right there. So I finished the dark pink color and I'm almost finished the light pink color in this stripe sequence, and making good progress on it actually. That's pretty good. I think I'm gonna go down and do another, it's all tangled, another blue, and then end the ribbing in this light pink. We'll have to see where I'm at that point. But yeah, it's looking really good. I am very, very happy with it. This is a pattern called Pink Peppermint by Tanis Lavallee, and she did two different versions, one with an all over color with a tweed, and then she did like a variation of pink stripes, like maroon and kind of pinky stripes. And yeah, but I like the blue. I love blue. So this is working up so nice. It's just so good. Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited. The yarn, let's talk about the yarn. So this is the Garn Studio Drops Air. The light pink is called Pink Sand. The blue is called Denim, and the dark pink is called Old Pink. So those are the three colors that I'm using. I have 3 balls of each, and I don't think I finished, or I think I finished 1 ball of the denim, but that's okay. I have lots of yarn, and I know where to get more because I bought it locally here. So yeah, just working away on that. It's gonna be kind of like a not oversized, but just a straight shape. There's no waist shaping to that one at all. Depending on how long it gets, I might put side splits in it so that the hem is split front and back. Just gives you a little bit more wiggle room in the bottom half, which I am larger on the bottom than I am on the top. So we'll see when we get there. And then it's just the neckline and sleeves and we're done. Like, it's so close. But yeah, that's gonna be like my focus project for a while because I really wanna get that finished. And that is it for works in progress. I'm just looking at my notes and yeah, that is it. But we have some stash to talk about. So I've got my notebook for April 2026. I have a lot of yarn in, you guys. You know, it was really not good that I was driving my son into Kelowna and then needed to kill 4 hours before driving back again because it was rush hour. So I may have done some yarn shopping. I've already showed you guys all of this stuff. So, but I got there was 4 balls of the Baron Karen big cakes. Oh my goodness. So that was 2,200 meters. I've already finished knitting with one of them though, but that's not counted in my April numbers. That'll be in my May numbers. So it will get better. I got 2 balls of the Big Twist GG, which was 170 meters. I don't know if that's right. Anyway, I had 2 different balls of sock yarn, which were 420 meters each. I have the Double Sunday for 108 meters. And I feel like I'm missing some. Oh no, that's for Mike's vest. And then I have some Cascade 220 for my Christmas sweater, which was 1,200 meters. So that's a total of 4,518 meters. And according to this, my yarn out was 0. No, it wasn't 0. I'm reading that wrong. Oh my goodness. I can't even read my own notes, you guys. Yarn out, I had the red hat, which was random yarn that I picked up, which was some of my oldest yarn. I had my Felix pullover, which was the blue and purple sweater, the Age of Brass shawl, which was using up the leftovers from an Advent, and the Sweetheart hat, which was 1,494 meters. Okay. So my year-to-date details for yarn out so far, no, yarn in, sorry, we do yarn in first, 6,343. And then yarn out, I'm at 6,292. So there's 51 meters more in than out at this point. It's a little worrying because I'm trying to use up more than I'm bringing in. But I've already finished the baby blanket this month, and I'm going to finish the sweater this month. But there's a high probability I'm going to buy yarn on our trip this summer because we're driving across Canada again. So, and in May I've also finished those socks. So, I've got some projects that are big projects that I can definitely get through, but also it's not looking good, you guys. But I have plans for all of the yarn that I purchased. I didn't just purchase willy-nilly. I bought a few skeins to try out some stuff for Mike's vest because I really want to make sure that he is going to enjoy the vest and enjoy wearing the vest. I really need to get on that. But I feel like I have a couple big to-do projects that I've already got going before I can get to that. Also, I need to swatch with the yarns that I did get and have him hold on to them, wear them around his neck, see how he feels about them. So we can decide what yarn he wants and then what color he wants, which maybe we'll see. Because I have two options for him, so I have to knit two swatches with the cable pattern in the ribbing cable pattern that he wants and then get him to decide. That's the plan. Also, Taylor has asked me for a vest, but that is after Mike's vest. Don't worry, he's getting his vest. It will be ready for him to wear to school in the fall when it's cold enough. September, it's not cold enough, so it will be ready for him. What's next? Let's see, my computer is turned off again, guys. So next up is events. I will be participating in the Splash Pad party hosted by Jen from the Downseller Studios podcast. This is an audio podcast. She does post some things on YouTube as well, so you can find her in both places. And then you check out her website, which is linked down below, and you'll find all the details about when it starts and what it is. It is a very fun, relaxed knit along. You can start your projects now. You just have to finish them in that time frame. A couple other things that I'm hoping to participate in this summer. Stash Dash. I don't know if they're doing it officially or not, but basically I like to kind of collect up and figure out what I finish in the summer. Because we're going away for a big adventure trip again this year, I am starting to think about what projects I want to take with me and having them started now and my project kits put together. So I'm definitely going to take a bunch of sock yarn that I know I want socks out of, or that Mike wants socks out of, or that I already have earmarked for socks. And I'm going to take some hat projects. I might take a sweater project. We'll see. I might have Mike's vest decided by then, who knows? And then, so I want one more complicated project that I can kind of work on when we're chilling and relaxing at wherever we're staying. And then I want some on the go projects and more mindless projects and smaller projects because it's going to be the middle of summer. I don't want a big sweater on my lap. And also I'm going to have to pack a little bit lighter than normal because we are taking our car and not our trailer. When it was the trailer, I had a whole cupboard full of all the yarn that I could ever want to knit in those 6 weeks. So not happening this time. However, do have plans to go to some yarn stores. So I'm sure if I run out, I'm not going to run out. If I ran out, I would have options. But so definitely small projects like fingering weight socks, fingering weight hat, something I can work on easily, and I don't need a lot of tools and, try it on tubing and measuring tapes and all sorts of stuff. I just knit my socks how I knit my socks and call it good. Okay, so that is Stash Dash. Along with that, on the Craft, Cook, Read, Repeat podcast, I think that's what it's called. I will link to it down below as well. They do a bingo card for the summer, and it has to do with more things than just crafting, but crafting is on there too. So yeah, we'll see. hoping to participate in that in some way, shape, or form. I'm not quite sure of the details yet. They're still working it out themselves. So to review, Splash Pad Party from the Downseller Studios, Stash Dash from the Knit Girls, and Summer Bingo with Craft, Cook, Read, Repeat. So it's a busy summer. It's a busy summer. Also, Knitty Natty announced her sock week, knit along, and it's actually going to be 2 weeks this year. You knit the first sock in the first week and the second sock in the second week. So it kind of extends it a bit. Make sure you get a pair of socks, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how much I'll actually be participating in that, but it sounds super fun. And the last one, which kind of overlaps with all of them, is because I will be knitting socks, is the Crazy Sock Lady will be doing her summer of socks again. So, but basically you just knit socks and share them. So, you know, they kind of overlap if I'm gonna knit socks, and which is something that I'm definitely planning. Just figuring out which ones I'm going to do, make sure everything's wound up. I'm gonna cast on a bunch and have them ready to go, so I don't have to think about it. I can just pick up a project bag and go and have them all kind of planned out. I'm not making 6 pairs of socks, but maybe 3. 3 seems like a reasonable number if that's going to be like my main project. I think I could do that. And then, I mean, there's always more sock yarn to be purchased. So, all right, that is events. It's a lot. I'm not going to talk about all of these every time, but I am going to talk about next on my needles. Okay, next on my needles, I know I've talked about this before, but I'm doing another blanket, and this is the other, or baby blanket, the Malt baby blanket by Tin Can Knits, and this is the color that I'm doing. It's hard to see because it's all wound up in a ball. Maybe this one's better, but it's got purples and like light pink, kind of a creamy color, a yellowish cream, a mint, and like a teal. Yeah. Anyway, this is my next one. I think I'm starting with, where are we starting? Yeah, we're starting with this one. And there's purple in the center. That's and then when I get to the mint color, this one also starts with purple, but I'm gonna skip the purple and go right to the mint. Is that right? Yeah, because the purple's after the mint. I don't know, I'm looking at them. Anyway, because this one ends with some of the mint, so I'll probably cut that part out. Anyway, I don't know. And then go right to the end. I guess I could do it the other way too, because they both start with purple in the middle. And then I'll be ending with purple. And get a similar size blanket to that one. That's the plan. I don't know. Anyway, this is the Caron Cakes, Big Cakes in Pixie. No, this isn't Pixie. This is Boysenberry. I don't know why I wrote Pixie in my notes, but this is Boysenberry. All right. I'm going to stop talking about that because I don't really know what I'm talking about, clearly. Let's move on to books. I have finished 2 books this week. The first one is The Butcher's Masquerade by Matt Dinniman. This is the 5th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Oh my goodness. Things are getting real, people. Yeah, so many different angles and pieces of storylines are coming together. So many you're learning so much more about the outside world and the people that are running the crawl and how the governments work, and, you know, so much information, and, but amazing. Like, I really feel like I'm just sitting back and enjoying these books, but I could absolutely listen to them all again or read them in their physical form or on my Kobo or whatever, and like pick up so many more details that I'm picking up right now. I am so enjoying these books. I can't wait to start the next one. I am listening to them on Audible, so I'm getting the audio production version of these. It's definitely worth it if you have Audible or a way to get Audible. It adds an element to it. The books would be great on their own too. I'm pointing over there because that's where our bookcase is. So yeah, book 6 is upcoming. I haven't actually started it yet because I just finished it yesterday. I'm kind of giving myself a day to kind of like process all that happened in the last, 100 pages. Lastly, I have finished The Duke of Distraction by Darcy Burke. This was the 12th book in the Untouchable series and the final book because I had already read the 13th one because it's a crossover with another series. So I have finished that series and put that to bed. It was a fun distraction, a fun, thing to read in the evening while I was waiting for my library books and stuff, but it got a bit repetitive after 12 books of kind of the same theme. All the dukes are married off now. They're all good. But it was enjoyable. I did enjoy reading them. If you're looking for that kind of light, fluffy historical romance with a tiny bit of spice in them, that definitely is spice, so be warned. But they're good. They're good. She does good writing. And it's not like every story was exactly the same. There was definitely, every story had its own thing, its own characters, and its own, challenge that they had to overcome or whatever. But it is, boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy wins, girl back. Because that's what we're looking for, though, right? So there you go. And I am now reading The Blacksmith Queen by G.A. Aiken. Is that right? I don't know. It'll be up here somewhere. I don't know which side. And so I just started it. I have read it before, but it was so long ago, I'm not recalling any of it. So yeah, I'm reading that on my Kobo. And then I will be starting my audiobook as well. I like to have 2 going, one on audiobook, one on my Kobo. I am reading that one from the library, so I will have to pick up the pace and read a bit faster on that one to make sure it gets done before it goes back to the library. And I do believe I have holds on the rest of the series, so I'll be able to snap those up and devour that series. So far, I'm a few chapters in, really enjoying it. I knew there was a reason it was on my list to read. So, but I am knocking off all those next to reads on there, and I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do for the summer adventure. I mean, I will be bringing my Kobo. I won't be listening to audiobooks probably by myself very much, because usually when we're in the car, we're either listening to an audiobook altogether or just Mike and I are listening and the kids have their earbuds in. So we haven't picked a family book yet. Lord of the Rings and the Hobbits is still in progress, so maybe we'll just continue with those ones, because there's a lot of time commitment there. I think that's about it. I'm going to call this an episode. I have no idea how long this is going to be. I know I said at the beginning it wasn't going to be long, but I think that I kind of rambled on a bit. So I'm going to cut myself off there and see you guys again next time. Bye.